Bang, bang! What's going on, guys? Tuned in another edition of the main event on Talkin Hands. So I'm your host, Preston Ekdahl, joined by my co-host, Mr. Danny Betts, with his fresh new tattoo. And we're here to break down this weekend's main event. We have Sonny Edwards taking on Jesse Bam Rodriguez. Might not be the fight you all are interested in because we also have a Jake Paul fight on Friday night. We might touch on that a little at the end. Before we get into that fight, we recap the fights that were over the weekend. Big pay-per-view fight. Devin Haney gets the job done, dominates Regis Prograis to a wide decision. Danny, thoughts on the Haney Prograis fight and anything else on the card you'd like to touch on?
Masterclass from Devin Haney, man. I mean, we were both on the same page. I sent everybody by decision. It was a parlay piece, even though it was it got a little scary because he knocked them down round 3, hurt him a couple times. The corner was talking about stopping the fight. On the live stream of the UFC, we jumped on the live plus money on decision, hedged a little bit with 9-12. But that was only good part of my betting. Like when 10 and Love is on my blacklist right now. Like he can't take a punch. Bad beat for me. But yeah, Haney, man, looked great. Looked great at 140. And it's crazy because he's still like, I don't know if you saw the weigh-ins. He was 140 on the dot. I mean, I'm not saying he was struggling or anything, but you could tell he could make 147 easy. Like not even like I'm not saying he's struggling like at 135, but you could still tell he has to work to make 140. He's a big kid, and I knew it was gonna be a huge struggle with the footwork, man. Like Prograis is just flat-footed, only moves his upper body, and it was just hard for him to get inside and like implement his power punches. He just got outboxed. That's it, and just out everything. I mean, the dude broke the record. Like, did you know that he broke the record for least punches?
Yeah, I did see that.
De Los Santos just broke it, and then now Prograis just broke it again.
Yeah.
This shit was wild.
Yeah, I saw that was just Prograis just didn't seem right. And like I said, I didn't think it was a great fight for him. Smart fight for Haney. Move up, get another belt, fairly easy win. He looked good. He's got a good jab. I forgot who was it in the post fight. They're talking about was it Ryan Garcia for Haney? Was that the fight they were talking about?
Bro, so I'm gonna see if I could bring in. There's this guy I follow a lot. He's like in the Hispanic. When it comes to Hispanic boxers and stuff like that, he follows a lot of the guys like Subriel Matias' trainer and their promoters and things like that. There's this big thing about Haney and Subriel Matias. Like Devin Haney's dad was kind of talking shit, saying that he called supposedly the promoter for Subriel Matias, and everybody's telling him like, bro, that's not even his promoter. Like, you're calling the wrong guy. What are you talking about? Mm-hmm. Like they were on the Boxing Voice on YouTube too. Panda, his trainer, Subriel Matias' his trainer, and Haney's dad talking about it. So even the promoter, I even follow a promoter from Subriel Matias, and he even posted on Instagram like about it. So there's a mess there. I'm not being biased. Ain't no way Subriel Matias is ducking anybody. He wants this fight. So if somebody's lying, I know Haney, one of the Haneys or whatever, is lying. So hopefully they can make that fight. I know Ryan Garcia was, on Twitter saying, not talking shit, but like, basically saying he could beat Haney. So I don't know if they're gonna make that fight. Prograis, I don't know. I didn't see a lot. Did you see anything?
No, not for him. I saw, I think it was Garcia, and then today I saw that Teofimo Lopez was talking to Matias.
No, that's another. He calls him out. Matias calls all these guys out after the fight. He fought with a messed up left hand, which is crazy because it was so easy work still. And then that was an opportunity for Teofimo to be like, okay, I'm gonna make it look like I'm not ducking this guy. I'm gonna offer him a fight in February, supposedly, knowing this guy is hurt. So obviously they countered him and said, hey, his hand's banged up. He's not gonna be ready in 8 weeks. He just fought. Can we push it to like late March, April? And he said no. Boom. And now he's gonna fight Ramirez. That quick? Come on, bro. You already knew you were gonna fight Ramirez. That was all smoke, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But I mean, we'll see. I just love one, bro. 140 is crazy right now.
It's a very, very loaded division with what Haney did. A lot of big money fights. I can talk about the upset that really was. Robeisy Ramirez loses I don't know if it was a split or unanimous decision. He drops his opponent in round 6. He gets dropped in round 12, loses the fight. Huge upset. Ramirez was a minus 1,300 favorite. And what stinks is this is another guy where I wasn't exactly super high on, but then he showed me, good skills, gets like a nice knockout, beat Nova, stopped him. I think he had one more fight or two fights after that.
Dogbo.
Yeah, so I was like, okay, like I see it now. And then I didn't really look into the opponent at all. I thought the opponent was going to be more of like a can crusher, basically. And yeah, just tall, lanky, and really won the fight. I wouldn't argue that it was a robbery at all. Ramirez just didn't seem, I don't know, he if he took rounds off or like what it was with him, but huge upset there. Thoughts on that? I think I heard they want immediate rematch. I'm not sure though. Thoughts on that one?
Yeah, I'm hearing a rematch too. I don't know if they're gonna do it or not, but it was a great fight. Shit,
Yeah.
like great fight. It so this type of fight, like you were saying, like I saw some fights from Espinosa and stuff, and I saw some talent. Like obviously he has the advantages being tall and linky, but he ain't fight nobody. I'm like, I don't think you're on Ramirez's level. It's one of those type of fights like you gotta show me. That motherfucker showed me. Like it's one of those type of fights too. Like Ramirez gave it his all, and like the guy was still there, and that like defeats you mentally at the end. Like Espinosa just took over in that will, bro. Like that Mexican will, and he just outwilled them to a victory. Majority decision, close fight. I thought he edged it out, so I thought it was the correct decision. It was a great fight. I mean, I'm not even mad. It is what it is. That was just a great fight. Good for him, because I found out some shit about him afterwards. Like I guess he told his family like to put all the money, like I guess obviously you don't have a lot of money, you're kind of poor. They put all your money on me. I'm gonna make this happen and shit like that. And that's a great story. Things like that happening because he was what plus 1,200, plus 1,000.
Yeah, huge underdog. Yeah.
So shout out to him. That was a great scrap, man. At least it wasn't no robbery or anything like that. I think it was the right decision. Great fight.
Yeah, and that's even like you said. At least he loses, like Ramirez loses, but he loses in a fun, good, action-packed war, which is what the fans definitely want to see. So those were the fights from last week. Now we move on to this week. So we're going to touch on, obviously, the fight for the video. Jesse Bam Rodriguez taking on Sonny Edwards in Arizona. Current odds at our favorite book, mybookie.ag. Guys, if you could, enter that promo code PUBSPORTS. 50% deposit bonus match credit debit, 100% Bitcoin. Use the Bitcoin up to $1,000. Current odds at mybookie.ag have Jesse Bam Rodriguez as the favorite. He is currently minus 205. Comeback on Sonny Edwards plus 160. Round prop, juice to hell. Over 10.5, juice to minus 900. Fight goes the distance, juice to minus 600. Books are kind of telling you what they like. Bam by decision, pretty much even money, minus 110, 120. Edwards by decision, you can get up to plus 200. Danny, you think Sonny Edwards can pull off the upset, or does Bam Rodriguez continue pretty much the stranglehold on the division?
Awesome fight, man. If you guys, I always say like the casuals or don't really watch boxing or like that, like tune into these fights, man. Especially the lower weight class.
Yeah.
Jam packed with action, speed, technicians. Like these guys are technicians, footwork. You just see it all in these lower weight classes, man. Us, we've been fans of years now. Like this kid's been kidding it. He's only 23, which is crazy still. But Sonny Edwards is not old either. He's like 25, I think it is. Let me check, double check. He's 27. Sonny Edwards, I've been following him too, man. He talks a lot of shit. Talks a lot of shit. He's from UK. He's fought some good contenders. A lot of guys that don't have big names, if you don't know, because like the lower weight classes, they don't get as much promotion, and it's hard to like really promote them. But he's fought some tough competition, but fighting Bam, that's a different level. And he's more of like a back foot fighter, great footwork. Kind of like wants to ease his way into the fight, like make you try to fight him, and then he picks you apart, and then he makes his pivots, nice counters. Doesn't have power. He's only got 4 knockouts in his career. And then we know about Ben Rodriguez, man, southpaw, just great footwork, man. Does have some pop in his punches. He's definitely gonna be the more powerful puncher in this fight. I do think this fight goes the distance, which is super juiced. I mean,
Yeah.
they're like begging you to like pick, bet KO and stuff. Like the only way I pick bet KO is like late props for Bam. Maybe for a hedge, because I like him by decision. I think he could outwork him, and the pivots and the power shots. Because one thing I noticed, the power shots that he throws to the body will affect Sonny Edwards, I think, in this fight big time. And Edwards kind of slows down a little bit in his fights. And like I say, he's never fought somebody like Bam. And one thing I think with the line, I'm not saying he should be like a minus 1,000 or something. I do think Bam should be like a minus 300, 350 favorite in this spot. So if you want to parlay up his money line, I am gonna sprinkle with a draw, because I've been getting caught with these damn draws the last couple weeks, and I can't see this fight being super close, and it's in Phoenix, so it could be one of those like, oh shit, Sonny Edwards is actually winning this fight, but it's super close at the same time, and it's a draw. So I might sprinkle that. I think it's like plus 1,600. But I like Bam here by decision. I think it's gonna be a great fight. It's gonna be a chess match, man. I can't wait for this fight. We'll see. What do you think?
I watched a bit of Sonny Edwards today, just because obviously I'm familiar with the name, knew he was getting this big fight versus Rodriguez, and like you're saying, kind of known more for, I guess, the talking rather than what I've seen on tape, so to speak. And the big thing with me was what you just alluded to. Absolutely no pop, like no pop to his punches at all. And he's in this fight versus what was the guy's name? Andres Campos. So that was the big one I watched. That was his last fight, so I watched that today. And he's doing a lot of like jokey, like Matador stuff in there, and then getting like touched. So it's not like super clean, but he's acting like, he's like dominating the fight.
Yeah.
But you watch it, it's a closer fight. And then it was in England. He did win the fight, which I wouldn't like disagree with. But it was closer than it looked. And he talks more than, to me, for like backing up. Well, Bam, when I've watched him fight, he's in there in your face, constantly going, like you said, hitting the body. And he's not like scared of nothing. Like he'll probably talk back to the guy, which in turn, I think it's going to be a very fun fight.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, Bam by decision. Like, I really watched the Edwards fights more so today to see if I could make the case for him rather than go against like Bam, because I already had sort of like the bias. And I agree. I think Bam is a rightful favorite. I think 200, 210, I would assume it goes up. I don't know if people are betting Edwards, because during the Haney fight, I kind of thought the same thing. I thought Haney was a rightful favorite, and then it could have gone higher. But of course, it's not going to go higher when I saw some people give out Prograde as bet of the year on Twitter. So
yeah, I see some of those.
So
I mean, I've had some bad spots like the Spence pick, but I mean, that was just like,
in terms of like what we go with.
I didn't see Prograde win that fight at all. Like,
yeah, with kind of what we go with, or at least like how I like cap the fights is, either you have like devastating knockout power,
Yeah.
or you're the clear better boxer. And if you're neither, which Prograis was neither against Haney, hard to go against. And that's my issue with Sonny. If Sonny had say 20 and 0, 18 KOs,
Yeah.
okay, I'll make the case more. But he doesn't have the pop. He's given up 6 inches of reach. I think he's going to be the smaller guy in there. I think Bam touches him up, wins. I'll say 9 rounds to 3, and a pretty clear decision. I think it'll be a fun fight for however long it goes, and definitely probably the most high-profile matchup for probably both guys, and hopefully it leads to a bigger fight. But yeah, no disagreement here. Bam by decision, basically a pick 'em, even money to minus 110, 120. I would hop on it sooner rather than later. The other big fight for the weekend, which I will admit I didn't watch anything of. I think the guy's name is Andre August. He's taking on Jake Paul. Jake Paul minus 700 favorite. Dang, does Jake Paul get a knockout, a decision? I don't think they're throwing him in there to lose, but who knows? Maybe it's the end of the Jake Paul experiment in boxing.
Like I was telling you backstage, yeah, I saw some fights from August or whatever, and he's a professional boxer, but he literally has not fought anybody. Now I was digging in, right? I'm trying to find the guy's name. So August is 35 years old. He is 10-1, and he fought some guy named Eric Abraham back in the day. His only loss, and he got knocked out in round 2. And this guy is 7-16. So I was digging into that. I'm like, hold on. So let me see this Eric Abraham guy. So I looked at his record and who he fought. This guy's been knocked out like 12 times. I don't even understand. It's crazy. So I think, you know me, I don't we don't really go crazy on the Paul fights. I do think he's a parlay piece. He's like minus 600. I do think he gets a knockout because this guy is not good. Like go watch some of his fights. He's super raw. Like he's athletic, but like not technical at all. If you're getting knocked out by a guy at 7-16, and yeah, like I know Jake Paul is still trying to build up, and you know he never had like an amateur background or anything like that, so that's why I never bashed him like some of these guys. But he should get a knockout. If he doesn't, he's gonna cruise to an easy decision because this guy is not good at all. So yeah, anything below it, like if he has some success or knocks Paul down or something, that's a huge disappointment in my eyes.
Yeah, I kind of figured they would definitely bring Paul back for an easy bounce back win. In somewhat unfortunate news, it is the last or the final card of Showtime Championship Boxing. Final card is headlined by David Morrell. I believe this fight was scheduled before, and I don't know if an injury or something happened, but Morrell versus Senya Agbeko. Current odds have David Morrell as, of course, rightful heavy favorite. Cheapest line you can get currently is minus 1,300, juiced all the way up to minus 2,000. I would assume Morrell by KO, but Danny, your thoughts on this one? And then, of course, we have our favorite fighter, Chris Colbert, on the undercard.
I feel dirty on that one, bro.
Yeah.
You already know why I'm going with that one. Well, kind of. Yeah, Morrell, man, that's my guy. That's another guy I've been screaming his name for the longest, and now people finally kind of know who he is because he's calling out Benavidez and shit like that. This dude, Cuban, just great footwork, great power. Like, the dude is legit. I think he gives all the top guys trouble. Like, he's getting better. He's with my guy Ismael Salas, the trainer that these Cubans and these Hispanic fighters that go to him, it's a perfect fucking fit because, like, Ismael Salas is like a real big-time believer in rhythm boxing. So you'll see in his gym, he's like, they got music, then they're dancing, practicing on their footwork. and things like that, and that suits these type of guys like perfectly. He's gonna kill this dude. Like,
Yeah.
the over under, go grab it. I'm telling you, that shit's gonna switch. I saw it. Under 5.5 rounds. I love the under. I think he gets them done like in third or fourth round. I seen a Becko. I think that's how you pronounce his name. He's 28 and 2. He's been knocked out once, and that one time he got knocked out by some guy that's not even that great. I mean, when he fought him, he was undefeated, but he's 15 and 0 now. He's not like he's a Russian, like, from over there, and they fight a lot like bums or whatever. But he knocked him out in 4 rounds. And Morrell is just way better than this guy, man. He's gonna dance around him and just knock his ass out. Like he's not fought anybody like Morrell, not even close. So I love the under. I think it goes lower in the next couple of days. I think they'll move it to like 4.5. So grab that 5.5 when you can. I might sprinkle like round 3 and 4, and then round 4 to get a little, juicy.
Yeah, I kind of figured as much because Morel's been super hyped. They've been promoting him his whole career, right? He's only got 9 fights.
Mm-hmm.
So he's going to get, after this bout, I would assume he's going to get a major big name and finally someone who can really challenge him, because I agree. Like, I'm going to be, I hate being, I want to say contrarian, but or like too like Joe Square, but him by KO is minus 280. You can take that with something
Parlay
else.
piece.
Yeah.
I
Even
mean,
money, pretty,
like if you want to get chalky, like Jake Paul, the over, or if I go a distance with Bam Rodriguez and Morrell KO, boom.
Yeah.
That's
And I don't discredit that at all, because I was slightly off topic, but the Pistons and Spurs have played on the same day 12 straight times.
Mm-hmm.
They've lost 12 straight. They both lost 12 straight. Pistons have lost 20 straight games. The Spurs have lost 17 straight. 9 of those 12, if you parlay the opponent, has been plus money.
That's crazy.
Only thing you have to bet, but everyone's betting, oh, give me the Lakers minus 8.5 and stuff.
Yeah.
So I don't fault anyone for doing like those easy, okay, Morrell KO, like you said, the fight goes distance. Jake Paul, oh, it's minus 130. Oh, I didn't sweat an ounce of this.
Right, exactly.
Super easy, instead of, everyone wants a huge score, which I won't knock them, but sometimes the easy money pays, free money is free money when you can get it. So, yeah, I like Morrell KO, pretty easy there. Did you want to touch on the Chris Colbert fight versus
I can real quick. We're getting a rematch, Colbert versus Raul Villanueva. A lot of people thought Villanueva won. I thought he won. He hurt him multiple times, knocked him down. But at the same time, Colbert was having success with his boxing. So I can see an argument why they gave it to Colbert. But I did think Villanueva landed the bigger shots, hurt him, knocked him down. I thought he won a couple rounds, by a couple rounds. Here, the money obviously is all coming in Villanueva. I mean, it's not big time. It was like a pick 'em, and now I see plus money in Colbert, like plus 115, plus 120. I hate to fucking say it. If you guys know me and P, I can't stand Chris Colbert. Being as a fan, as a person, whatever. But when it comes to a rematch, everybody assume, oh yeah, he's gonna knock him out this time. He's gonna make sure which can happen. But like I said, I did see him have success outboxing him, and I do think he's the better boxer. His problem is he don't got a lot of power. He don't got any power.
Yep.
So if he learns from his mistakes, which I always favor the people, the fighter that either lost or a lot of people thought he lost, in this case, Colbert, he can make the adjustments. Like Villanueva, pretty much in my eyes, did what he could to win that fight, and he still didn't win. Technically, a lot of people thought he won, but he didn't. I like Colbert by decision. I think it's like plus 225, 230 around there. Might put like a unit on it. Hate to say it. hope he gets knocked. It's one of those bets like I hope I cash, but if he gets knocked the fuck out, I'll be happy too. So that's the angle I'm going with Chris Colbert, man. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not gonna, really touch anything in the Colbert fight because I don't like the guy. I think he's a bum and just everything, really how he is. He's just lame. So hopefully that cashes if you do make that bet. That should be it for us, guys. Like always, hit the like, subscribe if you're new. If you could join the Pub Sports Radio membership. Leave a comment down below for your guys' best bets. I think we're going to be in unison on this week's best bet, unless Danny has a surprise. Danny, let them know your best bet for this weekend.
Best bet. It's gotta be Ben Rodriguez by decision. I love that fight. Like I said, I'm gonna sprinkle the draw just in case. Because if it's a draw, obviously we still lose our bet because we picked the decision prop, not the money line. If you got money line, it's voided.
Yep.
So I'll have him in parlays and things like that. I like him by decision. Like I said, parlay piece Morel by knockout. Parlay piece Jake Paul money line. I think he gets a knockout. And Colbert by decision.
Yeah, I'm gonna go nice and easy. Like I said, I watched the Sonny Edwards fights today just to brush up to see if I could make an argument for Sonny Edwards winning the fight. I didn't see enough for me to sway me to that side. So I'm going to go tried and true. Bam Rodriguez been cashing every fight. I'm not going to say, why stop now? Jesse Bam Rodriguez by decision, best bet, minus 110, even money. I'm sure it'll juice up a little bit, but I like that quite a bit. Make sure to join the fellas this weekend. Huge last UFC card of the year, UFC pay-per-view, UFC 296, Colby Covington, Leon Edwards. Huge fight. Join the UFC Pub Sports Radio contest, $100 to first. And tune in to everything else. Bankroll Blitz is now live tonight, 7 to 9, 7 to 9:30 Central Time. Make sure to tune into that. Danny, anything else for the chat, people watching the replay?
No, just smash that like button, subscribe if you're new. Leave a comment, please, with your predictions for any fights, best spots. I know I still got to dig into the undercard. I think I like a couple underdogs, actually, so still got to dig into that. Huge pay-per-view, last card of UFC Saturday, so check us out on the stream on Saturday live. We always have a great time. And yeah, that's about it. My Twitter, Danny Betts.
Yeah, make sure to follow at Danny Betts, at Preston Ekdahl. See you guys next week. All heavyweight card, basically. Joshua, Wilder. I think Bivol is still on the card. We'll break down all those fights next week and recap the Jesse Bam Rodriguez easy decision victory to put cash in your pockets. See you guys next week, guys. Peace.